Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Hey everyone, I'm AdamHarry from BoLS Tabletop News with
Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
We're back with another Tabletop Spotlight. And Evan's brought over an RPG.
It's the end of the world!
Yes!
Yes!
The end of the world. This is the Alien Invasion version.
Yes, so there are 4 versions of this RPG. There's a zombie one, an alien one, a robot one, and a Cthulhu kind of based one. It's God's kind of...
It's the Ragnarok apocalypse.
I guess that's what it is, yeah.
Supernatural end of the world.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
But this RPG is really cool. It's a narrative-based RPG, and instead of kind of creating characters that you live through, you are yourself. And you are seeing if you yourself can survive in the end of the world, in these situations. So that's kind of what makes it different.
I really like this RPG series. I like the whole idea of it. It's and the thing that I like the most about it is it's not just one alien type of invasion.
Sure.
The DM knows like the full story because they're the DM, but there's different types of alien invasions. Different scenarios that you play through. Yeah. And like a typical campaign could be like a one-shot session. It could be a couple of late gamings.
Yeah.
Or it could be like a whole year-long thing. They can support, however you want to do it.
It's super easy to play too. It's not super dice-based, so it's not about the stats, it's about the narrative. Yeah.
Well, let's take a look inside the end of the world. All right, Evan. Here we have the End of the World Alien Invasion.
Yes.
The RPG. This has been out for a little while, right?
Yeah, it's been out for a while. I just kind of wanted to highlight it for tonight.
Yeah, I think it's a great system overall, but let's go and flip it over real fast. There's the back of the book. It is from FFG. Mm-hmm. I believe it uses what people commonly refer to as the Edge system.
Yeah.
From Edge Studios. Just D6s. So if you've got a pocket full of D6s, you're good.
Yeah, you have to have 2 kinds of D6s, either different colors or different sizes, but as long as you can differentiate between the two.
Or just roll the same set separately, but it's...
that's what they recommend, basically.
Yeah. Cool. Let's go ahead and dive in here. What's cool about this RPG is you play yourself. Yeah,
you are playing yourself. You're not creating another character like a warrior or anything like that. You are playing yourself, and the point of the game is to see if you would survive in whatever apocalyptic scenario there is. That's why also too, I don't think the book is very big because it doesn't have to be. It tells a narrative and it has
it's 144 pages.
Yeah, it has scenarios, which is most of the book. Yeah. And the introduction and playing like
how to play the game.
Creating your character is 3 pages long. So it's not that long.
And then the running the game is really just how do you do opposed checks and things like that. So
yeah, exactly.
It's really straightforward. We'll keep going here. It's got really cool artwork.
Yeah.
This book in particular, everything's got the green tint because it's all about
the green. Yeah. The zombie one's gonna have the red tint. God one's has the orange tint, and then the robot has the blue tint. Yeah. Just a fun little like kind of aesthetic.
Yeah.
But that's also why you want to have each of the different ones because they're totally different scenarios. And like if you play one scenario and you want to see what you guys would do in a zombie apocalypse, there you go. You can play the other one. It kind of goes over this kind of basic overview of what's an RPG for players who have never played an RPG before. That's fair. Yeah.
If you're a veteran gamer, you know the stuff already.
You can kind of skip over this.
Yeah.
And skip over that as well. So playing the game, that's what everyone wants to know. So. It will go over how to perform tasks just like any other RPG. If you want to try to say, hey, I want to hop over this fence.
Or I want to shoot that alien.
Exactly.
Or
you want to hop over. However, this RPG likes to advertise that unlike other RPGs where you can like get hit by a sword and you'll only lose a few hit points, if you get shot in this RPG, it's going to do a lot.
Yeah, you just got shot.
Yeah, you just got shot. The point is more to kind of avoid the aliens and only attack them if you can. Yeah. Or if you have no other choice. Because if they hit you, it's bad. Like this guy right here, he's doing something crazy. Yeah. However, we wouldn't recommend that because, that's crazy and you'll get hurt.
You wouldn't do that in real life.
Yeah.
Unless you're Matthew McConaughey in Dragonheart.
Man, that's a movie. Anyway, so creating characters is very simple. You're kind of basing it off yourself. So what do you think your physical, your mental, and whatnot is going to be?
Be honest. Not everybody's a 10 and all the stats.
Be honest.
Because that's not even a thing in this game.
Character sheets. You can download character sheets off the website. Yeah. But it's very simple. You have 3 kind of base skill points. Mental, physical, and social. Mm-hmm. Keep going. I mean, there's like kind of the features for each of those 3 categories.
Yeah.
Equipment and supplies. Now, it'll kind of give you a basic overview of the equipment and supplies, what they do, but obviously...
They put a lot of onus on the game master to come up with stuff and to figure out how things work. So this is definitely more of a free-form, narrative-driven game. It is not a hardcore, stat-driven, number-based... I mean, there are numbers involved, but...
Not very many. Yeah.
It's more about the story. And
it gives you one single number, and it's just an added or a subtraction from damage or anything like that.
Right.
So... Stress, death, and traumas. There is like in real life stress and trauma. And death. That's in real life. And you have to deal with that. I mean, it's part of your mental capacity.
Yeah.
And the trauma is obviously part of your like physical and mental. So there's a lot to work into this game that beyond those three. I'm just gonna skip ahead a bit.
Yeah.
Running a game. This is for the DM. Now, there's a bunch of different types of aliens. Giant ants, for instance.
That's one option.
But it's going to go over a story structure. If you've never played an RPG, this is a very helpful part.
Yeah, these are really good.
If you're really good at telling stories, like out of your group, maybe you should run the game, because that's really what this is. It's a narrative-based game.
It gives you examples too, like there was how to set up encounters, social encounters, exploration, survival, what to do with your downtime, because you're not always going to be running from aliens. You're going to have those moments of like a little bit of a reprieve and then more running.
Yeah.
Then it talks about how to get started and then how to set kind of goals for your campaign or for your session and move on from there.
Exactly.
This is all really good stuff just for RPGs in general. I feel like it's pretty universal. Eventually, though, you're going to get into... We can skip through a lot of the stuff. It just talks about how to do tests, how to do...
campaign length?
Yeah.
Managing that. Yeah. So you can do single session, multi-section, or ongoing survival.
Yeah.
That's kind of what... They really advertise that this is a great book for single sessions. I mean, if you have 4 hours in the afternoon, you can kick one quick
and you
session
can.
out.
Alternatively, if you keep going, I believe there's a whole thing, a timeline of the alien invasions.
Oh, yeah.
I think for each type of alien invasion, I think there's a timeline. So if you do want to extrapolate the game out from just like, hey, this is a single session on to, 2 weeks in the future, 4 weeks in the future, 8 seasons of Walking Dead later, whatever you want to do, you can kind of do that because it's got the timeline kind of mapped out.
And another thing cool is the NPCs, the non-player characters. They're advertised as they're people that you know in real life.
Yeah.
So if I'm not playing a game with you, you can still be one of the NPCs. I can still
be one of the NPCs.
Yeah, I'll just shoot you in the face and steal whatever you have. I mean,
wow, yeah.
Steal all the board games.
Just like in real life.
So scenarios, that's what we're really getting into.
Yeah, this is where it gets fun.
Totally different scenarios. Yeah.
Just because as the DM, or game master, you have all the cards. You know all the different scenarios. And I believe in this book there's 2 things that are going on with the scenarios. Or 3 things really. You've got the type of alien.
Yep.
You've got you've got how long in the invasion process we are. I believe in this book it's got a start from the very beginning. Yeah. And then they've got another version of the scenario where the planet's already been defeated and you're dealing with the aftermath.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can either be like the resistance fighters or, enslaved humanity and what you do.
And it always starts with this kind of like narrative, kind of like story, and then an interesting picture. So going on, we're going to have like the initial response. Yeah, communications breakdown, stuff like that. This is one of the scenarios.
This is one of the timelines we were just talking about here.
Yeah, there you go.
But it tells you the type of alien you're fighting with. It gives you different locations as well to work within. Yeah. You can keep going too. I think it actually has a breakdown. Yeah, it's got all of the different military engagement. The White House is another one. Right. If you happen to be playing in the DC area.
These are the generic, kind of like generic, like your standard green aliens. And like this scenario right here is the grays, like those kind of aliens too.
This is the war between the worlds after the initial. This is like the second version of that. Yeah. Where like, okay, humanity's lost, now what?
Nope, going back a little bit. But it'll have that timeline too.
And I believe also it's got NPCs. Okay. Let me just skip back real quick. I think it's got NPCs, if I remember correctly. It's got the different stats for the aliens. It might be later on too.
Yeah, I think it's later on. Yeah. Then we have this one. This is the Brotherhood of Babylon. Yep. Yeah.
These are like the lizard people that came out of the Earth. I don't know. It's like another alien option.
They've been controlling us the whole time.
The dinosaurs are actually here the whole time. It's kind of a fun one. Yeah. And again, when you're the game master, you get to pick which scenario, and the players don't know. Like you're not supposed to tell them, oh, you're fighting the Greys. Oh yeah. You're supposed to be like, you have to figure out what kind of alien you're fighting.
Definitely, yeah. And this is such an easy campaign, or this is an easy system to run. You can be like, hey guys, we're gonna come over, we're gonna play an RPG. You don't have to tell them what RPG is. Yeah. You can explain what it is, and they're like, oh great, let's do it.
Yeah. There's the stats.
Yeah, there's the stats you're talking about.
Yeah, and they have
the battleship has a whole stats.
Yeah,
isn't that crazy?
This is like I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens type of aliens. So the lizard people.
I get it.
Yeah.
More.
This is post invasion.
So right, yeah, that's right. Each alien has a different like pre and post. Yeah. I mean, look at them.
They're in charge now.
You don't want that to happen.
You want to be the survivor / resistance. And I mean, it just keeps going from there. Like there's a couple more. This is the aliens from below.
Yeah,
idea.
Sorry, keep going. But there's gonna be scenarios
from the ocean.
There's a lot. I mean, from this small book, there's a lot to work with.
Yeah.
Rising tides,
That's
stuff like that.
part.
Keep going. Timeline. I mean, the whole back of the book is just scenarios. If you check.
Then there's an ant war.
Ant wars. Which I want to run that one.
Yeah, Skitter.
Skitters.
Yeah.
The truth, stuff like that, and then we get down to it. We have more stats, and then that's the end.
Yeah.
This
end. I think there's one more, isn't there?
Messages. Is the ending? Fan City.
No, yeah, this is one more.
Oh yeah, one more scenario. Okay,
yeah,
and then it's done. Index.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a lot jam packed on this small book, but it's mostly scenarios. And as you saw, the building the character, the actual system itself, there's not a lot of rules to it. Yeah.
Super easy. You basically assign your stats, and then you go and you start playing.
Yeah.
And you know.
And you know what this system is? This is a great in-betweener system. If you're in a long campaign for D&D, Pathfinder, whatever, you guys want to take a real quick break for 1 week.
Detour system.
Yeah, detour system. Play this. Run it real quick, and then you can go back to the system.
What's fun, too, is if you have the other 3 books in the series, you basically have 20 different end-of-the-world scenarios that you can just do one-shots of.
Yeah.
And you just kind of play it, and again, the fun of it is the game master knows what's going on, and it's up to the players to figure out what type of end-of-the-world scenario are we doing,
right?
And also, can we even survive in this situation,
right?
Because you might be thinking, okay, cool, he's gonna bust out the zombie apocalypse one. Oh, guess what? We're actually doing the alien one.
Yeah.
Or here come the machines again. We're gonna be in this Terminator style machine.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's angels from calling in.
And since you're playing yourselves, you're playing where you're living, and so all the damage to whatever city you live in or town you live in, it's damage that you recognize. Like, oh, you know that coffee shop around the corner? Yeah, it's totally gone, totally dead.
Oh no!
I love that place. Yeah. So it's a really cool game with kind of like a really nice personal touch to it.
Right. It's very cool. It's a really cool way to just jump right into RPGs. So, and like Evan said, it's a very good in betweener too.
Yeah.
So, a good one shot. So let's hop out for a really fast recap. Well, that was the End of the World Alien Invasion book from FFG. Again, I love this RPG system.
Yeah.
It's very simple, very narrative driven.
Yes.
If you're not looking for like a hack and slash
or
RPG,
stat-based RPG.
You want something that's... there's dice rolling.
Sure. But it's only D6s and you don't need very many.
Very simple to learn. It's just something that's very accessible.
Sure. Yeah, I agree.
To anybody. Because you're just playing you. Like, what would you do in this situation? Go.
Right.
So, pretty fun stuff. Let's run some numbers on it real fast. Obviously, this is an RPG, so number of players is probably going to be 1 DM plus a party. So that
plus however many people you want.
At least 2 people, probably.
Hopefully, yeah. It's kind of weird with just a DM and 1 player, but yeah, whatever.
Right.
Whatever's floats your boat.
Ages is going to depend on your player group as well,
yes.
and your maturity level and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I would probably say 12 and up.
Mm-hmm.
And then
$39.95 is the price point.
Yeah.
Time played is whatever you want to. It's up to
you want to do a single session for 30 minutes? Cool. If
you do it. 4 hours, whatever.
Yeah, it's all up to you.
But yeah, like we said, there was 4 versions: the zombie version, the alien version, the robot version, and the Ragnarok gods, whatever kind of version. So
yeah, very cool stuff.
Yeah,
the apocalypse.
Yeah,
so.
Basically.
Yeah, really cool stuff. Go check all 4 out. They're all really cool to flip through. I'm AdamHarry from BoLS.
I'm Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy,
and this has been another Tabletop Spotlight. Thanks again for watching. Tabletop Spotlight brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Thanks for watching.